Teacher is convicted in the gang murder of 2 children. Clayton County prosecutors are telling us how they used video and other evidence to win that conviction. Channel 2 investigative reporter Mark Winnie obtained some of that video.
Michael White, about 9 days before the murders on Libby Lane, inside of the Rolling 20 Crips headquarters in DeKalb County.
There were tears being shed when the first guilty was texted to us.
What we're looking at is Michael White right here in the middle with other gang members.
Michael White led a double life. Teacher of 5th grade children at Tony Elementary in DeKalb County and hardcore Rolling 20s Crips gang member. And that led him into a double murder of 2 children, 11-year-old Tatiana Coates and her 15-year-old brother Davion on Libby Lane in Jonesboro, October 22nd, 2016. Say Clayton County Deputy Chief Assistant District Attorney Lakarian Blunt.
He was kicking in doors at night and killing children and going and teaching children in the morning.
And Assistant DA Sheila Francois.
2 innocent lives were lost.
They had nothing to do with gang activity.
They had nothing to do with gang activity.
Prosecutors Blunt and Francois say Monday a Clayton County jury convicted White of 44 counts, including murder and gang charges.
Evidence suggested ultimately someone else was the trigger man?
Yes, 2 people.
But he's just as guilty under the law?
Just as guilty. Party to a crime. Once he kicked in that door and ran in that house with a shotgun in his hand, he's guilty as every last other person in that house.
Man, that's crazy. So apparently, this guy was teaching at an elementary school, but also doubling as, he was within the gang, within the Crips, Rolling 60 Crips to be exact. And they had an incident to where, they went to a house and it was him and 2 others as they're describing. And, these 2 kids here, man, they were killed. And he was, found guilty of over 40 charges concerning this murder.
Ms. Blunt says Tatiana and Davion's mom had taken in another family out of the goodness of her heart, but a teen in the family she took in was a Rolling 20s Crip and had stolen guns from the gang's DeKalb County headquarters. And that's what brought White and other gang members to the house where the 2 children were shot to death. Prosecutor Blunt says she used videos and photos showing White with other gang members to establish White's gang membership for the jury, along with a gang roster with White's handwritten name on it. And she and Ms. Francois used witness testimony and the resemblance between a sketch of one of the home invaders and White to put White in the house, though the defense disputed it.
We had 2 co-defendants come and testify.
His lead attorney, Bruce Harvey, said by phone Michael White had successfully embarked on his teaching career after playing college football. Harvey said this case is a tragedy in many respects, but at the trial, the emotion of the situation outran the evidence the state presented. He said several witnesses testified to help themselves, and the defense team will continue to fight the sufficiency of the evidence and what he believes to be an unjustified conviction.
So apparently the family had took in 2 others, and one of the people that they took in was also a Rolling 20s who they accused of stealing weapons from them. So they came to the house to kill that person. It's craziness.
Chris Sperry told us he's a prosecutor in Fulton County now, but handled the original Michael White indictment in Clayton County.
May take several years, but if you are gangbanging in Georgia, the state of Georgia is going to hold you accountable.
Clayton County DA Tasha Mosley credits Clayton County Police with a great investigation, but says society is losing the gang war.
We've got to change as society and understand that the fight is not when they're in high school or heck, even in middle school. The fight begins the day that they're born.
Mark Winnie, Channel 2 Action News.
I mean, that's very interesting of her to say it because, you could be born to parents who are in that type of life and or have relatives that's in that life, and you just somehow find your way inside that life. That's for men and women. Or you could be dating someone who's in that life and find yourself involved in that life. But it looks like, they had video, and it's just crazy that things like gang meetings and being in gang places or any type of gang business would either be put on paper or on video. And a lot of times, man, I say, man, this is how individuals get themselves caught up, because they leave paper trails or they leave evidence of certain things. I mean, they shouldn't even have devices in these meetings at all. You shouldn't be able to come with your device to these meetings. Definitely shouldn't be writing stuff down and leaving it to where, it can be discovered. Just a lot of ways that they move, man, to just, they didn't learn from people of old. Like, a lot of people, man, have been brought down for similar things. And it's just like, if you don't take a piece of that and learn, if you're going to, be conducting that type of business, I just don't even know what else to say, but very, very unfortunate, man. And my condolences to, the parents or loved ones of these two children who lost their lives. Seemed like this happened maybe a year or so ago, or a couple years ago. But they're just now getting a conviction for it. And what's the lesson in this? You know, Try to keep yourself far away from gang activity. And again, I just want to correct myself. It wasn't rolling 60s; these are rolling 20s Crips in Georgia. But you want to definitely keep yourself away from gang activity by all means. Because a lot of times, man, you just don't ride out into the sunset, man, when you are a part of a gang or you join a gang. A lot of people just are not able to ever see the ending of that. It's just sometimes just there's no ending. And you have to be put in situations to where, you may not even agree with what has to go on, but you put yourself in a position to be a part of this thing. And if you don't ride, you get rolled on. And that's just basically how it's gonna go, you know. But no, not the best of um criminals and stuff like that, because you always leave a paper trail and you always leave a way for you to get caught. And again, man, it's just best not to even come up in this type of stuff, man, because it's just really not worth it. Like, what do you gain from it? You know, you don't. In my eyes, man, you don't really gain anything from it. You're not going to become the richest of the richest, and even if you do become rich, man, they're gonna pull you down, because once you get out there and start flaunting your riches and your wealth, people are gonna notice the people that's around you, and it's gonna put a whole bunch of targets on your back. So, you know, hopefully people start realizing that it's not the way to go. And do I think it's gonna happen? Honestly, no. I really don't. But it's good to get on here and try to put the message out there. Maybe if one person hears it, then the message was received by someone. But I just wanted to bring a little light to this story here. I'm gonna go ahead and close this one out. School teacher by day, gang banger when they're not school teaching is crazy. And this person went on. They was accomplished enough to play college ball and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, man, if you don't have anything planned for after you do that, you kind of end up in situations like this. It was good that he was able to become a school teacher, but it looked like he would have put his past life behind him. But again, when you join these type of things, man, putting the past life behind you is most of the time it's just not even a possibility of you doing that without losing your own life in some fashion. So if you like my content, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. This is Justin Paul. Peace.